Hello! On this class, you are going to learn how to draw a baby bear or a little panda bear if you want to call it that way. So we're going to start with the circle first. Let's make a circle. And then we're going to go up to the ears. So let's start. Let's make 2 dots here at the beginning, and this is where our ears are going to start. So pay attention to this distance. So right here, we're going to go up, and we're making 2 half circles. And then let's go on the other side. Let's make the other ear. And then we're going to go on the inside, and then we're going to do the inner part of the ear. And then on the other side, like that. Now we're going to go down and we're going to move to the body. So we're going to do another circle for the body here. So another circle. And it's okay, guys, if you put few lines here. My lines are not always perfect, and that's fine. You don't have to be perfect either. The same with face, right? So if you're not happy with that shape, you just go around until you are happy with what you did. And then we're going to go to the eyes. So let's do the eyes like that. Now when you do the other eye, if we put a line here, so they have to be parallel, so the same size and same direction. So I'm going to go right here, and then let's do the 2 eyes, and then 2 little tiny circles right here. And then we're going to do the nose, or the front part of the little bear. So let's make another circle here. And a tiny one for the little nose, like that. So see, guys, how I trace or how I work with few lines. I'm not perfect on the first line, and that's okay. So you can go around and try a few lines. It's good for practicing, just like that. And that's why we have an eraser. So if our lines are not perfect, we can always erase them. All right, and then let's move down. We're going to do arms and legs. And we're not going to put much details to it. We're just going to do an arm right here and another arm right here. Okay, and then 2 tiny little legs. So if I put a line right here in the middle, so the legs should be right about here. So one here. Make sure you check the distance, guys. So if my line is right here, the other leg should be right here. I always like to work with lines because they kind of guide me how my drawing is going. And then as you go, you can add more details to it. Okay, let's put 3 lines here. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to put any lines here for the head, because for the hands. I'm just going to leave them the way they are. I think they look pretty good the way they are. So I'm going to put a bit of color here on the inside. Or shading, I should say. Let's do some shading here on the inside. And then the other one. Usually bears are like brown, gray, or black and white for the little pandas. So I'm just going to keep it very simple when it comes to color. This little bear. And then black here for the eyes. here. Go to the other side. All right. And then the little tiny nose. And then I think I'm going to put a bit of shading in this work. So let's put some details. So I'm starting from top. So let's start with our ears. And then just a bit of shading here where our line is. And if you guys want to use a Sharpie, you can use a Sharpie. It kind of defines the line better. But if you want to leave it simple like this with a pencil, you can do that. Sometimes I just to highlight the details with the Sharpie, or sometimes I like to outline it with the Sharpie. So with the same pencil that we sketched it, we're just doing some shading right now. So we're just going to go around and around here, and then lighter in the center. So I go softer and gentle. Now I still have these lines that I used for sketching at the beginning. You can always come back and erase those lines. And it will look cleaner. And then I'm going to put a bit of shading right here. And then just a bit around at the bottom. And you can always go around in a circular motion as well. So let's make this a bit darker here on the outside. And then moving down to the arms. So the arms, I'm going to make this darker, and then I go lighter as I go out. So darker and then lighter as I go out. And let's do the same thing on the other side here. And then the same thing with the belly. So for the belly, let's make a circle. And I'm going to color this. Actually, I'm going to do this black here. That. And then leave it the way it is right now. And then for the legs, let's go down, putting a bit of shading. Like that. And then let's go a bit around. Also, like I said, if you want, you can go in circular motion like that, and it will make the body look round. But always be gentle as you go toward the center, because we don't want very strong lines. We want our strong lines to be on the outside. And then I'm making the legs, I'm making them a bit darker than the belly. Now I'm also going to use a bit of Sharpie here, simply to outline it. So I'm gonna start in the middle. And then the ears. I think Sharpie kind of picks it up, it defines it better. Sometimes I go 2 times in the same spot. And eyes. Let's go down to the belly. So I'm doing this, but you guys don't have to if you don't want to. I simply like the darker lines. So if you do not have a Sharpie, you can use markers. So let's say if you have Crayola markers, you can use Crayola markers. And that's about it for my bear, guys. Well, thank you for following the instructions, and thank you for drawing with me on this project. I'm looking forward to see you in the next project. Bye-bye.